So, my name's Scott Hughes. I'm the Chief of Police here in Hamilton Township. This is one of those trainings, one of those exercises that we hope we never, ever have to utilize. We hope we never have to put these skills to work, but we would be doing a disservice to our community and to our students and staff here if we didn't prepare for the unimaginable. This event was an active threat response training exercise that the fire department, police department, and other community partners participated in to ensure that our resources are prepared and sufficient in the unlikely event of tragedy like this occurring. I think it's important for the staff, the parents of the students to understand that we take their safety on these campuses to heart. And that's why we do these drills, which is to show them that we are prepared.
On the PA system in the gym, there's going to be just a sound of people screaming repeatedly over and over and over. We're going to set the fire alarm off. We're doing it to add chaos, to make it harder for these guys to concentrate and harder for these guys to work. We're trying to make it as real life as possible for them. So,
in order to pull off something like this, it requires a significant number of participants. So we've been very fortunate that we have over 45 people who have signed up to be a participant in this. Most of them are portraying victims within the building. We have local partners who are coming in and helping do the makeup in the moulage that they'll be wearing, that will give our medics and firefighters a better sense of what's wrong with them as they approach them.
I think one of the biggest takeaways for us was ensuring that our officers understand the layout of the school. They know the hallways, they know the rooms, they know that they need to get to the assailant quickly to neutralize that individual or individuals in this case, to ensure that injuries and death numbers remain low.
So specific skills that we're looking at, the first one would be the utilization of our rescue task force. Again, working with the fire and police together to move in even while in an active situation with a threat is still being neutralized. We can get in and start rendering aid.
I'll pull you through the door.
Skill specific in that is we're doing what's triage, and so our medics are trained, and this has given them the ability to test that training on identifying how critical a patient is, and they're categorized as such. And they also are carrying life-saving measures, such as how do they stop significant bleeding with tourniquets, and those sorts of life-saving things that they can do quickly while continuing to move through a building and treat multiple patients within a matter of minutes.
Hitting you, anything?
As far as the law enforcement response, we were pleased with how the officers responded. You could do this exercise every Friday for 52 weeks, and if this tragic event would happen in week 53, you know the response is going to be different because these situations are just so unpredictable. This was an opportunity for us to kind of evaluate our officers' skill set, their tactics, how they move in the building, how they communicate with each other, and collaborate with our fire department and our other public safety partners.
This allows us an opportunity to practice on how to respond to that, render aid, as well as utilize all of the regional assets that we would need to successfully save lives in that situation.